Yes, 2-5 is here. Sports reports is ordered. 2-5 daily. Like, review, subscribe, share, rate, do all the free things. Do all the good things. And yo, don't forget, tonight, myself and Mr. Logical, we will be live. We will be talking about, we're going to start it off with Get It Off My Chest. We're going to transition into some NFL reaction, Caleb Williams and such. And then, of course, we're going to finish it off with reaction to college football, playoff rankings, and some other things around the sport. But real quick, I wanted to come in and talk about the NBA Cup. Starts tonight, formerly known as the in-season tournament. So, Adam Silver has been very innovative throughout his tenure as the commissioner of the NBA. He's got all kinds of initiatives. He has ideas that he's trying to implement. Now, I haven't been on board with some of them, most notably the play-in. Why don't I like the play-in is because I don't want to reward a team that half-assed it all season and turned it on a little bit late in a one-game setup. So, a few years ago, for example, the Minnesota Timberwolves finished with the 8th seed, and the Spurs were 8 games behind them, but they got to play in the play-in. I finished 8 games ahead of you. You should not have the same chance to make the playoffs that I do once you're in that position. Now, I reconcile it by it's the 8th seed, it's the 7th seed. So outside of the Miami Heat and the Lakers the year they made it to the Western Conference Finals against Denver, there's not going to be that many teams that come from play-in to finals. But it shouldn't even be a possibility. So that's my feelings on that, but then you bring it to this NBA Cup. So we saw this last year, all the cool designs, all the jerseys and the ugly courts. So, it was popular, I guess. Some people enjoyed the different colors, the schemes. Not I. I think it's stupid because, first of all, you're already taking teams that play each other 4 to 5 times in a season and possibly making them match up again. Pool play. So, then over last year, they squandered the opportunity. They had a chance to build stars. And we got Tyrese Halliburton out of it, but he hasn't been the same since then. So this year, I'm looking forward to teams like the Houston Rockets. Amen Thompson. What you gonna do? I'm looking for teams like, don't laugh when I say this, I'm looking for teams like the Pistons, who are on pace to go past what they did last year. Of course, there's Wemby and players like that. So this is the opportunity that you get to show off your new superstars, the future of the league. LeBron is out of here in a few years. Steph out of here in a few years. Kevin Durant out of here in a few years, besides the fact that he's injured right now anyway. So from that standpoint, I don't mind the NBA Cup because it might open up eyes to new players that we aren't looking for in the first place. But what I don't like about it is just the construct of it. Like maybe you could have East and West intermingle in your pool play, but I get it. It makes sense because you want close games to each other. Like tonight, for example, Philadelphia and New York are going to play each other. So, but then again, Golden State and Dallas play. So I guess that doesn't make that much sense. But, so outside of making the new stars, I also don't like the incentivization, I think that's how you say it, of the tournament. So last year, the Lakers won. They beat the Pacers in the finals. The winners got $500,000 per player. And Indiana got $250,000 as the runner-up. And then it went down, so on and so forth for the semifinal teams. Why do I care about rich dudes getting more money? Like, and granted, to a guy like LeBron, Anthony Davis, they won the tournament. It might not have meant that much to them, but somebody on the roster like a Gabe Vincent, players like that aren't making that type of money. I guess that could be good bonding. You went out here and won money for me. But I was thinking more along the lines of, if you're going to be innovative with ideas, Adam Silver, why not add a draft pick to this? And obviously you can't do it for all 4 teams that finish in the semifinals. But for the actual winner of the play-in tournament, you get the 31st pick in the draft, maybe the end of the first round after the last pick goes. I just don't know if the money matters. So load management, we've been talking about that, the 65 game threshold. How many teams are actually going to go all out to win this tournament? Like you look at the Boston Celtics, for example, the reigning defending champions, 9-2 as we speak, number 2 in the league in defense. So yeah, they could assert some kind of dominance and say, this is still our league through the NBA Cup. But why? They still got 71 games left of a regular season, and these games count as the regular season minus the championship game. Then, am I going to play my players all the way through? So if I have players that average, say, 38 minutes a game, am I playing them 38 minutes a game in the Cup? Maybe, just because it's still regular season, but it gives you something to think about. The Cleveland Cavaliers, undefeated right now. Only undefeated team in the league, 12-0. They've had some scares lately. Same thing, right? They're in a rhythm right now. But how much does the NBA Cup matter? I think they just want to win games because they want to win games. Now, I brought up last year my idea about bringing some international flavor to it. And, of course, that takes it out of being a regular season thing. I think about things like the Champions League, like the Europe League, America, the American CONCACAF. I think about things like that where, Noah Lyles made the whole world champions of what statement. So if you had, the Boston Celtics or whoever playing against Real Madrid, that might get my attention. Maybe you take the G League champion, add them to maybe. I'm just throwing out ideas because as it is, it just doesn't make sense to me and it doesn't hold my interest. Now, who's going to win this thing? So I got 5 teams that I think can win this thing. Boston, Cleveland, the Knicks, the Warriors, and the Nuggets. Those are the 5 teams. But I don't think Jokic cares enough to put in the type of effort that may be necessary in a certain degree. He's already playing all these minutes. The Nuggets are nothing without him on the floor. That's only going to last but so long before the wheels fall off. You look at Cleveland, like I said, they've been undefeated, but I don't know. They ain't going 82-0. So for me, I look at this, like I said, Boston and Cleveland, number 2 and number 1 in defense, respectively. Then you got these teams that are over 40% of their points in their games come from the 3-point shot. That is Boston, Charlotte, Minnesota, Golden State, Phoenix, Chicago, and the Heat. So get the Heat out of here. They don't care. They don't even care about the regular season. Jimmy Butler always finds an excuse to miss work. The Bulls, okay. The Suns without Kevin Durant, Devin Booker and Bradley Beal shooting whatever they want. I'm out on that. Hornets, I'm loving LaMelo. This might be a chance if he can stay healthy. This might be a chance to get him more integrated within the league into fans. Boston speaks for itself and the Warriors speak for themselves. So when you put it all together, I'm going to take the Warriors to win the in-season tournament over the Knicks. The Warriors know to some degree that their championship window is over. I made the video 2 years ago. The empire is dead. So there's nothing that tells me that Golden State is going to be there in the end during the regular season. But when we have a moment like this, the NBA Cup, this is a chance for a last hurrah, if you will. The Lakers treated it like that to some degree. You saw how happy they were when they won the cup. They even hung up the banner. That was Adam Silver's doing too. But at the end of the day, the Warriors have been 3-0 without Steph. Buddy Hield is absolutely shooting the lights out. And I'm not going to do the thing, Clay who. Not going to do that. But I'm just saying they're not missing Clay as much as people might have thought they would. And then I look at the Knicks. I mentioned Boston and how Does it really matter to them? Maybe they want to win it on some old school. This is my opinion. This is how I would roll if I played for Boston. The Lakers won it last year. We won the main title, but I'm going to come take your title and win another title this year. Right? That's the way that I look at it. But I'm looking at these teams that just came together. Minnesota, the Knicks, they had the Karl Anthony Towns trade right before the season started. So the Knicks are trying to gather their footing, and what better way to show that they made the right move, to show their fans, how ridiculous they are, how this team can gel, they can come together, and they can be a force. So give me Golden State over the Knicks in the NBA Cup Finals. 2-5, Sports Reports is ordered. Like I said, tonight, Mr. Logical and I live. We're going to talk about some college football, some NFL. There's a lot going on in the sports world, y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Go Wildcats. That's Kentucky over Duke. I'll be back tomorrow with a Thursday night football preview and more. Like, review, subscribe, share, rate, do all the free things. Do all the good things. Love you. Peace.